I need to generate $10,000 in my business in the month of August. Can you tell me exactly what my daily run rate is? How much money I need to make per day to hit the 10,000?
Sure, if you're aiming for $10,000 in August, and let's say August has 31 days, you just divide $10,000 by 31, that comes out to roughly $322.58 per day.
We're about to use a simple sales template so you can hit $10,000 per month in your business. Now, before I begin, I know that there's a lot of pie in the sky advice, generic advice when it comes to hitting numbers. I'm going to go through my methodology with you. It's a step-by-step whiteboard, and we're going to use simple data to drive the numbers in your business. It is going to blow you away. In 2 minutes a day, you'll be able to fill out this whiteboard, and then from there, you'll have everything that you need. Now, this is a different video. I've done videos on the entire whiteboard, and I recommend you check out that video. And also I have this in my community. So if you've not joined my community yet, join my community. For today, I want to take you through step-by-step strategically how to use the whiteboard so you can hit that elusive $10,000 per month, because everybody talks about it. Not many people share step-by-step how to do it. By the way, my name is Pete Scott. I'm a sales transformation expert. You can call me a sales trainer or consultant if you want to. And I've worked with the biggest brands in the world. They bring me in to help them to truly transform their sales. I'm talking multi-billion-dollar companies. So I'm not here to bullshit you. I'm not here to give you esoteric advice, although I do believe sales is spiritual, and I talk a lot about that here on my channel. But I want to give you real, tangible, step-by-step advice that you can take and you can use today. And you can start using this whiteboard. I do recommend you check out the other video, but you can start using this whiteboard immediately. And what we've got here, literally the data that you need. Okay, so the top half of the whiteboard is all data driven. The numbers that you need in terms of revenues, I'm going to grab a pen to talk you through this. In terms of revenues, so your sales target, how to track those revenues, see how much money you need to make per day. We're going to go through the basics of it now, and then from there your lead generation, and then you're going to start to build up this data over a period of days, weeks, months, and even years. Most people don't know, and this is where we go wrong with selling. We're so busy just trying to sell our product, we don't appreciate the data that is there available for us every single day. And what I mean by that is that wouldn't it be useful if you knew, and you knew tangibly, where your best leads are coming from and why over the last 6 months? The more data you've got, the easier life is going to be. And by the way, it's going to sound difficult what I'm sharing with you. It's really not. It's difficult not having the data. Not having the data in your business is like trying to get from London to Edinburgh blindfolded, your hands tied behind your back, and also being slapped in the face constantly while trying to drive in reverse with the handbrake on. I'm serious. That's why most people are not making money. It is, of course, being within your frame, your mindset. And when I say being in your frame, I mean like you're being you. You're not trying to sell something that you don't believe in. All that stuff matters, and you can check out my other videos for that. But most importantly, what we need to be doing is we need to be tracking this basic stuff. So the top half of the board, to simplify this, is all data driven. Yeah, you need the data first, and the lower half of the board is action driven. So put up here data and then action. Everybody wants the action. We all want some action in our lives, right? We want to do what we need to do to bring in more clients. But the issue with that is that if you don't have the data, you don't know what action to take. For example, if you're trying to drive from London to Edinburgh, or drive to the end of your street, if you don't have the data of what car you're driving, what gear you're in currently, see, if you might be trying to drive down the motorway and you're stuck in second gear with the handbrake on and you don't know it, and you're wondering why is it not working. You need the data. Data is fundamental, especially in sales. So we're going to assume that the month is August. Okay, so we're going to put the month in for August. So they'll put the month here, and your target is $10,000. Yeah, so we're going to put 10,000 as your target. And then from there, what we do is we say, well, let's assume it's the 1st of August. Yeah, you've achieved 0. So we've got $10,000 to generate for the month of August. I want to show you why this is so important, because the first thing that we need to do is we need to understand this thing called DRR, daily run rate. That is the money you need to make per day. Yeah, how much money do I need to make per day to make this thing tangible? Because if I just say to you, you've got to make $10,000 and you've never made a penny, how in the world are you going to begin? Like, you're just going to try and wing it, fingers crossed. Most salespeople, most business owners are reactive with selling. So what we do is we say, what's my daily run rate for the month of August? And I'm going to make it easy for all of us today. I'm going to ask ChatGPT. I used to do all of this with simply some calculations, which you can do, but I like to ask ChatGPT these days. I need to generate $10,000 in my business in the month of August. Can you tell me exactly what my daily run rate is? How much money I need to make per day to hit the 10,000?
Sure, if you're aiming for $10,000 in August, and let's say August has 31 days, you just divide $10,000 by 31. That comes out to roughly $322.58 per day.
Okay, great. So I've got to do $322.58 per day. Brilliant. So we're going to put my daily run rate as 322.58. We now have a daily target. Now this doesn't mean that you technically need to hit that amount every single day, but we've got something to work from. There's going to be a lot of days where you hit zero. There's going to be some days where you might hit $2,000. But ultimately what we need is to get this figure to reduce, because let's say, for example, we miss target 10 days in a row. We do nothing for the first 10 days in August. We're going to ask ChatGPT now, well, how much money do I need to make well, let's just do it. Even easier. Well, let's assume that I've made no money for the first 10 days of August. What is my daily run rate now? How much money do I need to make per day to hit my $10,000 target?
All right, so if you've got 21 days left in August after those first 10 days, you just take that $10,000 goal and divide it by 21. That means you'd need to make about $476.19 each day to still hit that target.
All right, so what's happened now is that we've had to increase the target on the basis that I've made no money for the first 10 days. Going up to $476.19, that gets a little bit more scary because we're edging on $500 per day. But this is the cool thing, the data is going to tell you where to go in your business. Most of us avoid the data because we don't want to know the truth. We don't want to know if something isn't working or something is working. I always say to my clients, remove the emotion. Don't worry about it. This is all feedback and we need the feedback. I get more from looking at one of my clients' whiteboards in 2 minutes than I would masterminding with them for 5 days sat in a classroom trying to figure out their business. We're very emotional when it comes to business, and it's important that we do remove the emotion. So if you're not doing well for the month and now your daily run rate is $476, it's clear that what we're doing isn't working, or we're running a strategy where you're going to make all your money at the end of the month. But let's say the opposite. Let's say that you've overperformed for your first 10 days. So we're going to do it this way. Let's look at the opposite. For example, what if I generate $4,500 of the $10,000 in the first 10 days? What's my daily run rate then for the rest of the month?
All right, so if you've already made $4,500 in the first 10 days, that means you have $5,500 left to reach your $10,000 goal. And with 21 days remaining, you just divide that $5,500 by 21, which comes out to about $261.90 per day for the rest of the month.
Great, so what I've done now is I've reduced this from $322.58 down to $261. So I've effectively knocked off about $70 or $80 per day that I need to make. Pretty cool. We've got that basic data. And then from here we can fill out, well, how many leads do I need for this? What's my daily target? What have I achieved? All this stuff, and I talk about this in other videos. I don't want to get into it today, but in order for you to hit $10,000 per month, there's one golden rule. Are you going to sell something small for, like, say, $99 to a lot of people because you need 102, 103 people, you probably need 110 to be safe, to hit that $10,000. So you've got to sell 100 plus times. And it's cool to do that. I've sold programs for $99 and I've brought in 180 people in one program. It's $18,000 that we generated with one program. So it's deciding, am I going to sell something small to a lot of people, or am I going to sell a transformation, something where maybe I work with the client on a deeper level, I create real change for them, and I'm going to charge $5,000. If you're selling at $5,000 and you're selling your mentoring or your consulting, now for the entire month, we only need 2 sales. Or option number 3 is you say, well, I want a combination of both of those, Pete. I always recommend that you focus on one thing, especially if you're not already making $10,000 per month. If you're not making $10,000 a month already, please just get really focused on what's the one thing that I can truly sell. And it all comes back to the problem that you're solving, the value that you can bring, the tangible change that you can create for them. But again, I talk about that in other videos. I want to focus purely on the board for today. So you might challenge me and say, okay, well, I've only got to do $322 per day. So aren't I risking it all by saying I'm going to sell 2 $5,000 solutions? Well, no, because what you're doing then is you're saying, okay, so throughout the month, I've got to sell 2 of these. So in the first 2 weeks, I've got to sell 1, and in the second 2 weeks, I've got to sell 1. But I've already got some data that what I can do is I can set up my month to do all my lead gen for the month and really focus on reaching out to the right type of people, speaking to my community. I'll share exactly how I do this in a minute. And then from there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite and let everybody know that I'm taking on 2 clients at $5,000 to create real change and transformation with them. And I'm going to close this offer out by the end of the month. Can you hear where this is going? So now, because we've got basic data, it's allowing us to come up with a bit of a strategy. The more you fill out the top half of the board, and again, this is all in my community, it's all for free. I've also got a YouTube video on this in complete detail. Once we've got the data, then we decide these are the core moves that we need to do. RGA stands for revenue generating activity. So I believe, and I teach all my clients, that every day you want 2 or 3 revenue generating activities. These are things that directly link to generating more leads into your business or closing more sales. So RGA might be, I'm going to reach out on LinkedIn today to 10 potential partners or clients. RGA might be something along the lines of, I've got, and I actually have got 7, I need to double check my numbers, but I've got about 7 or 8 people that I need to follow up with today because they are extremely keen to work with me. So that's cool. So I'll reach out to them, not being needy, but I will reach out to them and see what's going on. So this is RGA, stuff that makes money, stuff that makes the boat go faster, right? Power moves are more strategic. And I'm not going to go into detail now because I talk about this again on my other video and also in my community, but this is more strategic. So it might be something along the lines of, right, I'm going to find an affiliate partner that can bring into my business another $250,000 a year. I've worked with an affiliate partner in consulting and I was generating somewhere about £70,000 per year for 7 or 8 years, just through an affiliate partner. So it's amazing. I can talk about it other time. What I want to do is I want to keep it really simple. This area here is fundamental. Nobody does it. You've got 2 types of clients. So you've got your current clients and then you've got your leads. And I've taken them into it even further and said, well, who are my top clients? Because this is key. If you've already got clients, this is wonderful. So let's say you've got 3 to 5 top clients. And then who are my hot leads right now? So out of the 7 or 8 follow-ups I've got to do today, I've got about 3 of those which I know are good to go. I just need to have a conversation with them. So I've got 3 hot leads straight away. I'm not going to use their real name, but let's say Jeffrey, Jeff, Sally, Lisa. They're not clients yet, but they're leads. And then out of my top clients, I've got Joe. Joe's amazing. I've got Liz. Liz is wonderful. I've got, let's say, Steve and Matt. Okay. I'll just go one more for fun. By the way, your hot leads, you'll probably have more. You might have up to 10. But just working from this hot lead list and this top client list is phenomenal. Because now you can say, right, I got to generate this revenue, but we've got to make it tangible. So my strategy, rather than thinking I'm going to post on social media all day and do what I can, instead what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a list, and you have this list in front of you every day. I'm a big fan of having this where you can see it, and then you say, right, well, I'm going to reach out to Sally and Lisa and Jeff today because they've been talking about taking the next step with me. I want to see where they're at, maybe get them on a call, have a chat with them, and take it from there. I don't believe in simply getting people on calls. I do believe in an application interview process, but again, that's for another time. And then I've got these top clients over here. I've got Matt, Steve, Liz, and Joe. Now, funnily enough, if you want to hit $322 per today, this is already extremely achievable because you can look at it and say, you can humanize it, and this is what I love about this board, it humanizes the data. You can humanize it and say, okay, great, I've got these hot leads, These are all amazing people. I've got these top clients. Let's have a conversation with them. In today's market especially, people are moving away from being funneled into some marketing campaign and then being upsold, click and buy at the end. We want human connection, we want conversations. And again, if you're not hitting $10,000 per month in your business, this is where it begins. This is literally the basics of where it begins. Write the data, write down the data, keep the data on a whiteboard, buy a whiteboard, right? And then from there, humanize it with who you're speaking to. And I want to share this with you because this pretty much, as long as you solve a tangible problem and you can prove that and you do the work, you're guaranteed 10K a month, possibly 15, 20K a month. Like your first up to 25K per month, you can do simply with tracking the right data and making sure that you're being strategic in what the data is showing you. So that's it for today. Let me know your thoughts below. And also, by the way, if you're ready to work with me, if you've been following me for a while, then don't hesitate to reach out. This is me making you an offer because I teach to make offers. Reach out to me, we'll have a conversation and we can take it from there. All right, thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow.